Datuk Azhar Abdul Hamid has resigned as chairman of FGV Holdings after helming the position in the Plantations Group for 3.5 years. In a filing with Bursa Malaysia, FGV said Azhar resigned to pursue other interests. This confirms a report in this week's edition of The Edge, which, quoting sources, said Azhar and several of the independent directors had verbally indicated their intention to resign. Azhar's resignation comes soon after the attempt by FGV's largest shareholder Felda to take over and privatise the group at RM1.30 per share. Felda, which now owns an 81% stake in FGV, missed the threshold required to delist the company and is now formulating a firm plan on the listing status and the public shareholding spread. Shares of FGV, which have risen above Felda's proposed takeover price, closed 1 cent or 0.71% lower at RM1.40 today, valuing the group at RM5.11 billion. Utility giant Tenaga Nasional has set aside a capital expenditure of RM9.5 billion for FY21. According to its investor presentation, of this total, over two-thirds or RM7.3 billion will go to regulated recurring expenditure. Looking ahead into FY21, TNB is expecting the lockdown's impact on electricity demand to be less severe than in FY20, given that most of the industrial and commercial sectors were allowed to operate during MCO 2.0. Under regulatory period 2 extension year, TNB's approved demand forecast is 113,909 gigawatts hour. That's a 2.9% growth compared with the revised FY20 forecast by the Planning and Implementation Committee for Electricity and Supply Tariff of Malaysia. On the international front, TNB's immediate strategy is to grow its international renewable energy business to a sizable portfolio through acquisitions of operational assets and greenfield development. Additionally, it has also maintained its dividend policy of 30% to 60% dividend payout ratio, with a payout of 80 cents per share in FY20. IOI Corp says it has relinquished its interest in over 5,000 hectares of native land to resolve one of the longest-running land disputes in Sarawak. The planter said in a statement, its unit IOI Pelita has offered to release all the remaining land in Miri, which it has not planted oil palm on. This is to resolve the communal and individual land claims made by the local communities in Tinja. Additionally, it said the state government has made a far-reaching and unprecedented offer to declare the land a native communal reserve and subsequently grant the claimants communal and individual land titles. IOI Corp said this would give them better legal rights and protections compared with native customary rights. However, the group noted that IOI Pelita's offer is conditional on all parties reaching an agreement on the exact terms of the final dispute settlement. These terms will be discussed in the upcoming last stage of the resolution process, which will start as soon as current interstate travel restrictions are lifted. Top Glove Corp says it now has an annual production capacity of 96 billion from 47 factories and 784 production lines. The rubber glove giant, which also makes condoms, dental dams and masks, said in an investor presentation that it plans to add 51 double former lines throughout the course of its operations by year-end. This will add 15 billion pieces per annum in production capacity, taking the total to 111 billion. As it currently stands, Top Glove has 36 factories producing gloves, and it aims to have 39 by year-end. Next year, it plans to add 118 double former lines, upping production capacity by 35 billion pieces to a total of 146 billion pieces per annum. It also intends to have 43 glove factories by 2022, with expansions earmarked for its operations across Malaysia, Thailand, Vietnam and China. The expansions are for its nitrile latex gloves, PVC gloves and surgical gloves. By 2024, the group aims to have 47 glove factories with a capacity of 205 billion pieces per annum. Analysts believe there is still the possibility of a consolidation among Malaysia's telcos, despite the collaboration between Celcom Axiata, Digi Telecommunications and Maxis to develop and share fibre infrastructure. This is due to the stiff competitive mobile space, with declining yields amid intense competition, further exacerbated by U-Mobile, Unify Mobile and mobile virtual network operators. M-Invest research analyst Alex Goh says the stagnant revenue trajectory could eventually drive the sector towards more merger and acquisition activities. The research house maintained its overweight call on the sector, with buy calls on Telekom Malaysia and Axiata Group. Meanwhile, Kenanga Research said it would not be surprised should consolidation activity emerge, highlighting rumours of Digi's parent Telenor and Celcom reigniting discussions of a possible merger. The research house said Axiata remains its top pick. It also capped its outperform rating on Telekom Malaysia, saying the Celcom-Digi Maxis collaboration is not a threat to the former's fibre assets. This is because the mobile network operators are likely to roll out fibre in areas without fibre, as the aim is to avoid duplication of fibre infrastructure.